What's up, spectators? Welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Last time, we were at the interrogation room. No, the holding cell. No, the detention center is a better descriptive term. We were at the detention center, we talked to Master, whose hair is going all white, and we didn't really get a whole lot done. We told him what was going on, he felt bad, Kate felt bad, and then he described, a certain recipe for a cure in his room. I think we're gonna go look for it soon, but that's pretty much all that happened last time. Okay, we're back here. Let's see what Bad's got to say. Detective Bad, thank you for helping us earlier. Yes, thank you. Thanks for what? There's no need to be shy about it. Enough about that. I suppose you intend to investigate today, too. Of course. We still need more information to prove Mr. Masters' innocence. I'm sorry, but apart from this patio, you're not allowed to investigate anywhere else. What? So you're saying we can't investigate? I'm guessing this is Von Karma's doing. Yeah. Von Karma's a bit on edge at the moment. He still hasn't received the autopsy report. Moreover, the only ones in this mansion are Miss Hall and the police. So don't get your hopes up on speaking with people connected to this case. Von Karma's being completely unreasonable. He's gone too far. Bad. What do you intend to do? I promised I'd do anything I can to assist you. You have my thanks. We won't let any of Von Karma's dirty tricks get the best of us. Bad. Is it alright if we investigate the fountain patio? Yes, but we've already finished checking everything except for the fountain. That's fine. As long as there's still something, I shall continue investigating. Alright, let's check it out. These angel statues look like they're eating chocolate fondue. It would seem these angel statues are also Pierre H's works. As expected, they're very well made. Looks just like the real thing. So you've seen a real angel before, Detective Bad. Defense attorneys. Always the first to find fault with everything. Perhaps that was wrong of me? What about this guy? What do you got to say? These angel statues look like they're... We've already done this, okay? Oh! But this isn't... I've just noticed this. These pathways are the fountain. They go into all the rooms? Look like they're eating fondue. Okay. Weird. We haven't really... Okay, hold on. This investigator must have something to say. Oh, here it is. Talk. Okay. What are you investigating exactly? Sir, I'm testing the water in the fountain for foreign matter, sir. Have you found anything? It seems there's both chocolate and sherbet mixed in with the fountain water. It matches the chocolate from Jeff Masters' room. And the sherbet that melted in Isaac Dover's room. They all share the same composition. The fountain water circulates through the streams that flow from each of the 4 rooms. Perhaps the melted sherbet flowed into the fountain. Also, someone's blood was detected as well. What are you saying? How could there have been blood in the fountain? Well, there was a body in the fountain. Bad. Please think back to our investigation of the crime scene. Please look at the crime scene carefully once more. That's why the blood was gone. The blood stain that should have remained at the crime scene had disappeared. I definitely didn't get any reports about the blood stain being cleaned up. The blood disappeared from the crime scene. Also, part of the treasure chest was missing too. Perhaps the blood in the fountain belongs to this person, Dover. Isaac Dover. The victim. Let's run a comparison. With the blood on the murder weapon. Oh, drinking lemonade is such a bad idea while recording, because it gets my throat all, like, dry and patchy. Ugh, such a bad idea, but it's so good. It's a match! The blood in the fountain is Dover's. I wonder why the criminal spilled the victim's blood into the fountain. Found in the water, it was absent from the crime scene. Huh. Okay. What an amazing trophy. It's probably Master's. World's greatest pastry chef, huh? It's also made out of candy. Doesn't seem like it would last long. Honor and glory don't last long. I think that's the lesson here. I don't think it's quite as deep as that. Can we go take the elevator? Where does this elevator go? To the second floor. Master and Hall's quarters. Apparently on their days off, Master makes candy and holds tea parties upstairs. But if it's a nice day, they probably have it in the gardens, or something. That sounds nice. I'd like an invite when the case is over. Would you like to come too, Detective Bad? You're wasting your breath. I don't fraternize with attorneys. Many of the trophies Master has received are placed here. Besides dessert contests, there are also awards for his charity work. An evident display of both his skill and character. This trophy is to recognize the TV program Piece of Cake for giving children's hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams. Now I want to see it too. Oh, Kate's here! Hold on, let's talk with her. Miss Hall, I come to investigate today. Ah, Edgeworth, I apologize for my disgraceful behavior earlier. Kate, she still looks a bit down. What Master said earlier must have been a real shock to her. I prepared the photo I took of the desserts during the semifinals. Please, take a look. Bum, ba, bum. Wow! Delicia's cake is so cute! Master also praised the design of Delicia's work very highly. Gustavia and Dover's works gained high praise for both taste and design, but Master said it felt like he was eating the exact same thing twice. But it seems that their desserts had completely different tastes for the finals. Was there anything else that was different between the finals and the semifinals? Nothing major, but there was something. During the contest, Gustavia's son always came to see him, but there was no sight of him at the finals. His son came to visit. I wonder if there's any significance behind that. Would you mind leaving this photo with me? Certainly. Anything to aid in the investigation. And here is the recipe book that contains the special drug for curing taste disorders. That cover looks familiar. Wasn't this framed in Master's room? Since it's also the prize for the contest, we put it out on display. So the contest prize, Angel's Recipe, wasn't just a recipe for desserts. That's right, we've informed the participants, but it seems you all don't know yet. So the participants knew about the true contents of the Angel's Recipe. Ah, okay. What a strange prize. Miss Hall, please tell me all you know about the Angel's Recipe. So, the Angel's Recipe contains the formula for the drug. Yes, it's a recipe book for new drugs that haven't been released to the public yet. If sold to a pharmaceutical company, I'm sure it would fetch a substantial price. Why is something like that a prize in the contest? Master is the only heir to the chairman of the Master Group. Master Group? That name sounds familiar. They're a pharmaceutical company who deal in a wide range of products. Ah, they've become big news recently with the release of Cold Killer X. Hey, Cold Killer X! That's the one that Phoenix took, right? Yeah. That takes me back. I often use the Cold Killer products. But I've never once seen you with a cold. Well, maybe that's why. Like using Head and Shoulders. I'd like to hear more about the Master Group. Did Mr. Master not want to follow in his parents' footsteps? Master wanted to bring joy to people with his desserts. His parents also wanted him to become a great pastry chef and supported him. When his parents died, the recipe book was left to him as an inheritance. Why would he give away a memento of his parents as a prize in a contest? There were always people who were after it, something which troubled Master. But just giving away the memento would have been disrespectful to his parents. So he decided to pass it over to someone he acknowledged. And the members of the Master Group approved of that? Information about new drugs being passed on to outsiders. Of course they objected. That's why Delicia participated in the contest. On the order of the Master Group, she was requested to win the championship. You knew Delicia's true identity from the start. Yes. In order for her to win, I told her Monsieur Master's tastes and preferences. Why'd you help her? I helped her in order to protect Master and the Master Group. If the drug recipes were given to another company, he would be reprimanded by the board. I wanted to return the recipes to the company in a way that Monsieur Master would accept. Ooh, Kate. I'm starting to not trust Kate. So it was due to Miss Hall's help that Delicia was able to reach the finals. Speaking of which, Mr. Dover wasn't a pastry chef either. He sure did well to make it to the finals, considering he's just a sculptor. Yes, for him to be able to make such fine desserts despite being a sculptor. From the sherbet sculptures he made for the finals, it's clear to see he has great talent, but could he really have made that by himself? That is all I know. Is there anything else I can do to help? To save Mr. Master, she's trying to help as much as she can. May we perhaps have some more of that tea from yesterday, please, Miss Hall? I'm sure that'd help us get on with the investigation. Yeah, I'd like some of Kate's tea, too. Right. Understood. I'll be back in a minute. Kate looks a bit better now. Ugh. 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 Oh. Whew. We've gathered information about all the contestants. And yet we still haven't heard Gustavia's side of the story. That reminds me. Why did you enter Mr. Dover's room, Mr. Gustavia? Ah, well, that was because... Silence! You're not to give that attorney the tiniest hint of information. What exactly was he doing in Mr. Dover's room? And moreover, something is odd about his semi-final entry. A pastry chef bad at design and a sculptor skilled only at designing. It would have been extremely difficult for either of them to win the contest alone. Could it be that Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover's connection is... bad? We have reason to suspect the actions of Dane Gustavia. Yeah. It is imperative that we find a way to contact him at once. Oh? This conversation is most interesting. However, I cannot allow you to speak with Mr. Gustavia. Van Kemme. I've already conducted my interrogation of him. It is not necessary for him to speak any further, especially to a mere defense attorney. But I will answer your questions in that fool's place. It seems Von Karma intends to prevent me from meeting Gustavia in person. I understand. In that case, I have but one thing to ask you. Yes? I'd like to know the relationship between Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover. Their connection. Gustavia and Dover's relationship? It's obvious the only relationship they had was that they happened to participate in the same contest. That's it? There's nothing more to say. What? How are we supposed to understand anything from so little? If we want Von Karma to divulge the truth, we have no choice but to present evidence. It's all too obvious that he's hiding something. Relationship? This is clearly a pointless statement. Are you sure Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dova aren't linked in some way? Do not interrupt me with your baseless allegations! If we were in court right now, I'd have you held in contempt! I don't think Von Karma is that kind of authority, though. Von Karma is famous for having even the judges wrapped around his finger. Well, that's a little extreme. Wah! That's insane! Seems like it won't be easy to go against him in court. Prosecutor Von Karma, please continue your argument. It's obvious about the relationship. Why don't we try— hold on, I'll press it just in case. But I'm pretty sure I just have to present the photo. It may have been a coincidence that the two participated in the same contest. But you can't say for sure that they weren't connected. Defense attorney, how many times must I tell you? If you have no evidence to challenge my argument, be silent! I'll be silent for now, then. So, I need to show evidence of a link between Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover. Your mouth may be silent, but your eyes tell me everything. What is it you want to say? Does he want me to speak or be silent? It would seem Von Karma does not want us to know Gustavia and Dover's real connection. Maybe the connection between those two puts the prosecution at a disadvantage? Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover should have something in common. I should enlighten Von Karma on this fact. Okay, let's go. Present the photo of the desserts. Here it is.
Objection.
Prosecutor Von Karma, I'd like you to look at these desserts. The desserts were made for the contests. So many S's, semifinals. I don't like it. Don't you think these two have a particularly impressive design? Just what are you getting at? These two desserts were made by Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover. I wouldn't exactly call Mr. Gustavia's design skills praiseworthy. And yet for the semifinals, he was able to produce something comparable to Mr. Dover's. Furthermore, these two desserts have the exact same flavor.
Objection.
What are you trying to say? I'm saying it's possible they collaborated with each other on their entries. Prosecutor Von Karma, please take a closer look at their desserts. At first glance, they may look completely different. But even though the designs are different, it's clear they were made from the same materials. Is that so? The same flavor and composition. It's impossible to dismiss their similarity as coincidence. The very existence of these two desserts points to a link between Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover. Since you already know this much, I'll tell you the truth. Did Von Karma know about their collaboration? Well, yes, obviously, he just said that. And you knew he was hiding something, so yeah. What I'm about to say is not going to help your case at all. If you want to know about Gustavia and Dover's connection so badly, I'll tell you. Last night, when I interrogated Gustavia, he told me about his connection with Dover. Until the day before the finals, they worked on their desserts together. Wow, that's still short. You knew about their cooperation all this time, didn't you? Why would you conceal the truth?
Objection.
I would appreciate it if you didn't sully my reputation. Until I explain my points in court, I avoid giving away unnecessary details. I was merely saving you time. Oh, so generous. How can he act like this and keep the truth from us? His concealment of the truth is something I simply cannot ignore. If you want to know about Gustavia and Dover's connection so badly, I'll tell you. It seems you knew about their real connection all along. Why'd you hide it? I would never divulge information to a mere insect such as yourself so easily. Blah. I am not a fool like that detective after all. I was just doing things my way. It was because you defied me that he gained this information in the first place. Last night when I interrogated Gustavia, he told me about his connection with Dover. Last night. That was after Mr. Dover's sculptures had melted, right? Yes, afterwards I went to interrogate Gustavia personally. Interrogated by Von Karma? Ooh, sounds scary. Knowing Mr. Gustavia, I feel like he probably tried to meditate through the interrogation. The moment he closed his eyes, I snapped my fingers like so to show him that no one remains silent in front of me. And did that have any effect? Because of that, I was able to get a perfect confession about his connection with Dover. Until the day before the finals, they worked on their desserts together. Why do you think Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover collaborated? Why? Because Gustavia had poor design sense and Dover was a novice at baking. Without the help of each other, they would never have made it through a single round. If so, what was their mutual goal? Why cooperate until the finals? The finals will be fought on our own merits, Gustavia said, and he ended their collaboration. Gustavia's goal was to obtain the title of the world's greatest pastry chef. It seems his pride as a pastry chef won out in the end. Victory in the finals would certainly have been hollow had he cheated. So he believes that their cooperation only went as far as the semifinals. But what if it really continued through the finals? Prosecutor Von Karma, could you explain their cooperation in a little more detail? Very well. Why? Because Gustavia had poor design sense, and Dover was a novice at baking. Wait, what? Their cooperation lasted only until the semifinals. For the finals, they were on their own. Do I have anything to prove this is wrong? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. They cooperated the day before, but not the day itself. That seems highly unnatural, don't you think? What I'm saying is only the truth. How unnatural it is matters not. But weren't you unnaturally concealing that very same truth just a minute ago? There must have been a reason he hid this fact from us. Mr. Master said Mr. Dover was the favorite to win at the finals. Which means he must have still been cooperating with Mr. Gustavia at the time, right? Yes, that is what I believe. I must have evidence that proves that they still cooperated during the finals. Okay, so now we know. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Gotta find something to present against. I feel like it might involve the sherbet. Something about the sherbet. It's definitely the best piece of evidence we have, I think. Let's try. Objection. Nope, it's wrong. Okay. Alright, alright. What could it be, then? Such a boring interruption, defense attorney. He's laughing at me. Which one is it? Let's see. Rooms will be judged, starting from the left. What am I looking for? There's the instant camera, but that's pointless. The blood in the fountain, pointless. Maybe the reward? Oh! The liar part was salty. Maybe this is related. Objection! There it is. You say that Mr. Gustavia and Miss Dover did not collaborate during the finals. That's strange. Delisha testified that Dover's sherbet was most delicious. Being a novice chef, I doubt he could have done all that by himself. Perhaps the two of them cooperated during the finals as well. Defense attorney, how many times do I have to tell you? Delisha Scones' subjective opinion cannot be admitted as evidence. There is still a chance that a novice chef could make something tasty. My wife is an amateur, yet her cooking rivals that of world-class chefs. How is that not a subjective opinion? Moreover, even if you take this pharmacist's testimony to be true, it changes nothing. She also mentioned that a part of his sherbet was also very salty. Which means you can hardly call his entry for the finals perfect. Oh my god, I've got it. So, wait, no, I don't got it. Ngahoo! It must be genetic. Ngahoo! What? No more objections? Is there no way I can prove their collaboration? Mr. Edgeworth, there's something that's been bugging me. What is it? The desserts Mr. Dover made for the finals would have taken a long time to make, right? Indeed. They were frozen sculptures after all. How would he have had the time to sculpt it after it was frozen? Let alone help Mr. Gustavio with his design as well. The way I see it, just waiting for the sherbet to freeze would have used up all of his time. Just how was he able to make those sherbet sculptures? Raymond, you may have a promising future after all. Thanks to you, I've noticed one more possibility. That's right. Mr. Dover's sherbet needed time to freeze properly. And the contest time limit would not have been enough. The method Mr. Dover used to make his sherbet within the time limit was... it was prepared in advance. Yes! And with that, let's end this video here. And stay tuned for the next one. So, hope you all enjoyed this video. Next time we'll see how he prepared it in advance and how they smuggled it in. So, bye-bye!